If one of our listeners has an estate that might have international tax issues, what advice would you give them?
Well, I think they need to speak to somebody who is familiar with the nuances, shall we say, of planning for an international estate. I always tell people, and actually this is a very common misconception. I've had many people come to me saying, hey, I've got property in, you name the country, Hong Kong, China, Mexico, Canada, England, and I need you to plan my estate. Well, I can't really plan your estate for assets that are not located. I can plan for the estate tax impact, and I can advise you about that, but I can't create a trust that is going to be enforced in a different country. So in many cases, we end up co-counseling with an attorney in that other country, and we're just trying to coordinate the plans so that our plan doesn't cancel out their plan or vice versa. But, I see it as it's very obvious in trusts. I'll see a trust that names my sister who resides in Canada to be the trustee of my U.S. trust. That's one thing that comes up frequently. Or I hereby transfer my condo in Paris to my U.S. trust. Well, good luck trying to get the French authorities to accept a U.S. trust. They don't even have a concept of trust in France. So, it happens. It happens frequently, and it doesn't work. I mean, that's a great way for a plan to fail.
Even in a country that has trust, my wife is British, and she has a flat. We would call it an apartment in London,
right.
And she owns it. And she owns the lease on it, but that's equivalent there. And when she was making her estate plan in the UK, I mentioned to them about a trust, and they said, oh no, you don't want to do that. And he went on about why you don't want to have a trust under that situation there, because she was non-resident and tax implications. And so even in a country that has the concept of a trust, not even a civil law country, this is something that is not a one size fits all for all situations in all countries for a trust.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.